Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Movie Monday. So this week is Ultraman. It is Ultraman The Adventure Begins. It is an animated movie, an hour and 15 minutes long, so very short. I think there's actually a US show as far as I know. I think it's US collaboration with Tsuburaya, I think. But the video is in English. I'm watching on YouTube. The video is in English. But yeah, I don't know too much about like who made it, but like it says in the credits like in collaboration with Tsuburaya, but I think it's actually American. It's an American production, but I'm intrigued to see a different perspective of Ultraman, a completely different type of thing to what I've seen before, partly because it's animated, but I'm hoping it's worth my time, and next week we'll be doing Shin Ultraman, so look forward to that. For now, we're doing this. So I think there's 3 Ultras in this movie. There's an old guy who seems to know about these Ultras. He reminds me of the guy in Ben 10. I don't know if you guys have seen Ben 10, but in Ben 10, his dad. Is it his dad or his grandfather? I can't remember. The guy with the moustache. He looks like the guy in here. But there's 3 main characters. 2 guys and a woman. And apparently they're all Ultras. At the moment they have no memory of it and they don't know. But apparently when the time is right, they will realize who they are. But yeah, at the start of the movie, an asteroid hits Earth, which is quite interesting. I don't think we've seen the villain yet. I'm 20 minutes in, so there's plenty of time to go. Less than an hour. But yeah, so far, I say this a lot in videos, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. I don't know what this big green plant kaiju is, but it's well animated. I'm watching on what's this channel? Mechanical Pants. That's what the channel's called. They've uploaded possibly the best possible quality of this like ever. Like I think apparently this is from the Blu-ray remaster. And look at Ultraman Adventure Begins. Like look it up on YouTube and go on Mechanical Pants video. It's so crisp. It's the most HD could get in animation. It's an interesting storyline because, like some Ultraman shows, actually, a lot of monsters start emerging, and the Ultras reveal themselves, and obviously this asteroid has something to do with it, and more monsters appear. And there's also like an organization who research extraterrestrial beings, and they're kind of annoyed that the Ultras, you know, they destroyed a couple monsters early in the movie, and they're kind of annoyed about that because they want to communicate with those with aliens, and the fact that those alien monsters get killed by the Ultras, they're not happy about that, which is quite interesting. I mean, the first 2 kaiju that turn up, they're pretty aggressive. Like, I'm not sure communicating with them would have worked anyway. I felt that was a bit silly. But there's another one now, like that's in the ski resort, and this one doesn't seem to be evil. It seems to just be, you know, confused, I guess, and not really that much of a threat. But because it's so big, it can still cause damage. The National Guard has been called in, and they've got tanks and everything, so they're not treating it as a friendly monster. But I think it is. But I'm intrigued to see how the Ultras treat this, because in the previous fight, the monsters were trying to destroy the city. I mean, destroy the area. This time, it just seems to be a clumsy monster. Now that is a picture. So yeah, kind of what I expected really. The monster didn't fight back because it clearly wasn't a threat. It was clearly very friendly. So yeah, the Ultras realized this, even though like National Guard was attacking it and they were attacking it as well. But they realized it, and they decided, let's take it into space. Let's take it into a planet where it can be safe. The National Guard were not happy that the general fired 3 missiles at them. Stupid humans. Yeah, they always exist in these types of movies and shows, especially the American ones. There's this new creature, this big purple red-eyed thing. I think it's got to be the finale because there's 15 minutes left. But they were testing on it in the research facility. But I think her name's Susan, the lady who wants to communicate with aliens more, She said to stop the tests, whatever. Then this creature breaks out, and it turns out it gets bigger. It gets bigger constantly. So it was a baby in the research facility. Now it's terrifying. And Susan's kind of blaming herself, because like obviously she wanted to be kinder to these aliens, but this one doesn't seem like one you can be kind to. But yeah, also what I didn't realize until like halfway through the movie, I'm just like, oh, the Air Force. So like these three people, the ultra guys, one's a woman, so I'm gonna say ultra people. These three ultra people, they're parts of an Air Force that's called Ultra Force, which I thought was quite interesting. And they're all like Ultraman and Ultrawoman. I'm assuming these were all original kaiju made for the movie, right? Because I don't recognize any of them. No, this movie has confused me a little bit. Susan finds out at the end that Scott is Ultraman. I thought she knew. Because she made earlier in the movie that monster that wasn't like, it was a friendly monster that they had to like take into space. That one. Like, he promised her that he wouldn't harm the creature. He was Ultraman when he took the creature away. And then Susan said, "Thank you, Scott." Like literally just before that, Scott and his friends they were shooting at the monster, and then Ultraman decided to carry him into space, and Susan said, "Thank you, Scott. You kept your promise." So I just assumed she knew he was Ultraman. But then later on she finds out he's Ultraman. So now I'm just like, wait, what? So she didn't know. If she didn't know, then that earlier scene makes no sense. I'm a little bit confused. And the movie's over. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun. Obviously very short, but there was actually a lot in there for a short movie. So actually quite like that. And I definitely saw the most HD version of this ever. The animation was quite good. It was just old classic animation from 1987. But considering it's from 1987, it looks very good. So yeah, story was fine, I think. It was interesting seeing different perspectives on alien monsters. Some people wanted to just, be friendly with them, try and communicate with them. Others, wanted to fight them, destroy them. Others in the middle, sort of. So it's interesting, like, that was a very interesting part of the story. The fight scenes are pretty cool. The kaijus were pretty cool as well. Obviously the kaijus were the villains. There wasn't like a big mastermind villain. It was just kaijus appearing, mainly from the asteroid. But yeah, I had a good time. I heard there's a show that happens. I don't know if it happens after this movie or before. I don't know if I watch it, but at some point I need to start watching shows again, because I watched one episode of UltraGear and that's it. It's not because I don't want to, it's a time issue. And I'm not going to have time in December either. Well, I say December, no, not December, yeah. For the next month, I'm going to be limited on time because I'll be watching the World Cup, which runs from this Sunday up until 18th of December. So, yeah, but next year, I'm going to try and see how many shows I can watch, because I'm doing reactions to Gaia next year, but like I'm planning to watch some shows on the side, at least watch like the very old ones first, get those out the way, but we'll see, and maybe watch the anime as well. But yeah, as for this movie, it was fine. I give it a rating of 7 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to watching Shin Ultraman next week. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see you.